what's up guys? This is Holly and welcome back to my channel. Alright guys, so today I wanted to do a little different of a video. I want to talk about my first ghost story that I have ever experienced before and kind of let y'all guys know a little about spirits that I have seen and I have communicated with. So I was probably about 13 to 14 years old when I first discovered of this whole paranormal stuff. Didn't understand it at first. I thought I was pretty normal as a kid and everything, and then one day it just took a turn. I'll never forget this. I mean, when I say that, like, this will be always remembered. It wasn't really intense, but it was just something that was very different and very odd, at least to me as a child. So when people say that kids actually more likely to see spirits and then when they grow older they stop seeing them, that stuff I really do believe. I will never forget when I was a kid, I used to have so many imaginary friends. I never understood it until I've done more research now about it. I've actually realized that I was seeing somebody there not knowing that other people didn't, and I feel like as kids that we don't know that. So my ghost story, like I said, I was 13-14 years old. I was at home and I'll never forget, I was dancing and singing to a Kesha song at nighttime. I think it was probably about 8 or 9 o'clock p.m. And next thing you know, like, I'm having my back towards the window, and when I turn to look, I see this little boy kind of staring at me in the window. Clear as day, still remember this little guy, blonde hair, had glasses, you know, fair skin. He looked kind of nerdy. I legit thought he was a kid. And I'll never forget screaming for my parents. My parents run in, what happened? And I tell them what happened. My dad goes outside to look, and he doesn't see anybody. And then my dad comes back in and he's just like, Holly, look, you know, I feel like if that was a kid that they would have just froze there and stuff. I don't know, maybe this is just you're imagining things. And I was like, no, like, I saw this guy clear as day. I was like, okay, whatever. So the next day I go to school, everything's fine. I come back home and I see my dog Bridget playing with the little boy outside. So I'm staring out the window watching him, and my dad comes up to me and is like, what are you doing? And I was like, Dad, there's somebody playing with Bridget. Like, do you not see this? And he was just like looking at it, and he was just so confused. He goes, no, nobody's playing with Bridget. Like, what are you doing? I was like, no, there's that little boy that I saw last night. My dad was just like, Holly, just you know, that's probably your imaginary friend, just whatever. And I'm like, Dad, I promise you, I see this boy. So that happened. That night, I got woken up. The little boy wakes me up. I'm like, okay, what are you doing in here? How did you get in my house? Like, that's the question, how? And he was like, hey, Holly, let's go play basketball outside. And I look at him like he's nuts, not even caring that he's in my house right now, not even caring how he knows my name. And I'm like, it's like late at night. I can't play basketball right now. If I play basketball, I'm gonna get in trouble. No, it's okay. It's okay. If you're with me, it's okay. And I just told him, I was like, no, like, I'm going back to sleep. We came to find out, you know, my dad started believing me finally, thank God. You know, started talking to me about paranormal, like, do you see ghosts and stuff, you know? And I just was like, you know, maybe, I don't know. We looked up if anyone as a kid died. I don't think we saw or found out anything, at least that I know of. And the little boy comes and goes. It's like he's here chilling for like a couple of weeks, and then he'll leave and then come back and then leave and come back. So then fast forward, when I moved to Vegas, we moved into this house and the little boy was there too. So then that's how I knew for sure that this was a spirit, that I was like, okay, this is someone that I'm really dealing with, but whatever, I'll make a friend out of it. But I also had to realize too, because that's when I started doing research on spirits and stuff, that sometimes demons and demonic things will actually disguise themselves as kids. We talked to him, and like I said, he comes and goes. And then, you know, when my parents split up, you know, and I went back and forth from Texas, it kind of was hard for him to follow me. When I moved, now that the place that I'm in now, I haven't been seeing him, and he really crosses my mind a lot. That I'm like, okay, where is he? Like, is he okay? Did he cross over? Is he, you know, is he okay? And so one day I went to Texas a couple of months ago, and I was talking to my sister one night, and I'll really never forget this. I actually, in the mirror, so like we were facing like this wall. I was facing the wall. My sister was facing where my nephew is sleeping in that room, and in his room, like but they built a little room and it's like a little, like, you know, glass door, and he was sleeping. His crib was in the middle of the room, like kind of on the wall. But when I was talking to my sister, something caught my eye. I saw that a little boy ran across, and I was like, Shelby, did you see that? And she was like, okay, you're freaking me out. What is going on? My nephew was like laughing. So when I kind of peeked my head in there, I saw the little boy. So I think the little boy is now taking care of my nephew. So honestly, that's my first ghost story. I don't know if that's thrilling or if that's something interesting, but I still see him to this day, and it's pretty interesting, and it's kind of cool because that's my first spirit that I've seen. But okay, guys, I just wanted to pop in to tell you guys at least a story. Y'all guys subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, so you can see all of my posts. Would really appreciate it. Y'all guys can comment things down at the bottom if you would like. So y'all guys can comment or find me on any social media platforms. I can put it down now for y'all guys, so y'all guys can see all the platforms that you can notify me, or even just follow me if you want. That's cool too. So thank y'all guys, and I really appreciate it. Y'all guys have a fantastic rest of the day. Bye guys.